So I was always told that faith is the only thing that can move God. So with that said, belief has to be something very strong. So that brings us to the question of the week. What's something that you strongly believed in that you no longer believe today? And more importantly, what changed your mind? What changed your thinking? So we all believe in something. But what's something that you used to believe in? You live by this thing, but you no longer believe it anymore. Please share. All right, we're about to hear from our first questionnaire, TJ.
All right, so we got my guy back, TJ, back in this thing. Welcome back, questionnaire. You had
Yes,
your
sir.
vacation. We about
Back
to get
in
this
here.
one. We about to get this thing rolling. So happy New Year first, man.
Man, Happy New Year, bro. Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. So this question is pretty good. So like in life, we all learn something, from parents, school, environment, and we tend to believe and take those things with us, as we age. And
Right.
sometimes when you get to a point, and you're like, man, I just necessarily feel different about, the way I was taught. So
Right.
with that said, the question is, what is something you once strongly believed but no longer believe today? And then, more importantly, what made your thinking change?
Okay. Man, that's a good one, fam.
Okay.
What did I once strongly believe that I don't believe today?
Yeah.
Man. Honestly, I'm going to have to say in the system, the way they got it set up in this country, like growing up, just to kind of put it all in context. Growing up, we always heard, do good will come to you. But not only that, I strongly believe that this country had our best interests at heart, fam. And then what I mean by that, like, you think they said some good for you or medicine, and as you get older, you find out it's not that they don't want you on drugs. They want you on their drugs. So it's like, as I done got older, man, your boy done figure some things out, and I see that this country doesn't have our best interests at heart as far as health, any of that, man. Like, it's just like you find out so much stuff, and the first thing you want to do is tell everybody, like, hey, man, don't do this right here. I heard such and such. But then you realize just how sleep America is, So when you try to wake them up, you trying to shake them, man, get up. So just to stick with what we talking about, what I strongly believed in, I really believed that this country had our best interests at heart. I felt like they wanted us to be healthy. I felt like they cared about us in the hospitals and all of these things. But just as I've gotten older, I realized it was all about money,
Yeah.
And it's very disappointing, but that's my answer. It's the American dream, as they called it. And that's all it was. It was just a dream until you wake up.
That's a good one, though, because, as kids, like you say, they tell you what to eat and everything like that. Then you get older and you like, oh, now that thing that they said was healthy, it ain't necessarily so healthy. Like you said, a lot
There
of
you
stuff.
go.
So the change.
D, what they told us growing up, milk. Drink that milk. Boy, that ain't nothing but puss. That's it.
Yeah, they told us milk does the body good. That's what they said.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's your boy answer, man. Like, I strongly believed it, but now I don't.
Okay, good one. I appreciate you, man. Way to jump it off for the new year.
Okay, yeah.
We're gonna keep this thing rolling through the whole year.
Hey, we gotta keep it rolling. This is what we do.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, fam.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we got a new week. Welcome back to the questionnaire. You've been on a quick little vacation. All right, so we're going to jump right into the question. So the question this week is, what is something that you once strongly believed but no longer believe today? And more importantly, what made your thinking change?
So I think something that I once strongly believed that I no longer believe today is that in relationships, that love is the ultimate emotion. So what I mean by that is, just all my life, and I think this is for like a lot of people, you feel like if somebody tells you that they love you, that's it. If your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends, I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about just relationships in general. Like, we've always been taught that love, like, that's the epitome of emotion. And while that may be true, I don't think that that's the ultimate emotion in a relationship. I think just in life and just like with experiences and seeing other people's experiences, I've learned that like is the ultimate emotion in a relationship. So what I mean is, when someone likes you, they want to be around you, they are less likely to disrespect you. They're more careful with how they handle you because they like you. And when a person likes you, you kind of know that they're around for genuine reasons because they don't have to be there. With love, love is unconditional. So even if a person can't stand you, or, they may feel a way towards you because they love you, sometimes they feel like they can't break away. Or they feel like, well, when I say that they feel like they can't, either it's a conscious decision like, oh, well, I love this person, so I can't break away. Or it's one of those things that because you love them, you can't physically break away from them. So I think you can love somebody and not like them. So, sometimes you can be in relationships. If you are in a relationship and your significant other never wants to take you out, or they don't really talk to you much, or whenever they talk to you, it's like with a lot of frustration or irritation. You have relationships where people are putting their hands on each other, they're cussing each other out every, 5 minutes, but they say, oh, well, I can't leave because I love them. Yeah, they might love them. They might have that emotion, but if you like them, I don't feel like that would happen because when you like people, you want to be around them. It's something about them. There's a connection there that has nothing to do with being unconditional. It's something that you consciously see in that person that you connect with. And so for me, I think in any type of relationship, I think to be liked by that person is far greater than being loved by them. You see family members, I guess by default, you're supposed to love your family, but family members will do you dirty all the time, because they probably don't like you, And so I think that's one thing that I've just learned, just like I said, from this experience and just experiences in my life, and then just watching other people's experience. That's what I think.
Okay, that's a different response, and I actually get some of it because I do feel like is like a prerequisite though, but I don't understand. I know you mentioned it being stronger than love. Mm-hmm. I don't see how you can love somebody without liking them first. You know what I'm saying? So mm-hmm. That's the only my thing. But I do get that people should like people, like you said, mm-hmm. across the board, relationships, family, whatever. But that's just surface, because like I can like you and just tolerate certain things, but I feel like love, like you mentioned earlier, it kind of keeps the person. It's a little bit more deeper, mm-hmm. But it's just my
right. And so, and I'm not saying that, I didn't say that like was a deeper emotion than love. I said to me, it's the I don't even know what term I use, but to me, like being liked is the ultimate emotion. I think that is more so the goal, or should be the goal, than to be loved.
A good example, I used to tell my friends all the time when we got married that the quality that stood out to you most about, than anybody I was around, all the females I knew, was I was able to be around you, and I like being around you, and it's easy to keep going and not be bored because I like being around you. I guess I don't know if that's where you kind of going with it. Like,
well, yeah, it is.
Like you to tolerate you,
Right, and typically like is a prerequisite to love. But I think that the more you get to know somebody, you can like somebody, at the beginning, and then there could be qualities about them that you learn as you get further into your relationship, your friendship, or whatever, and you might be like, oh, this person ain't really my vibe anymore. I don't, I witnessed them do this, or I heard them do this, or treat this person that way. That's not really my vibe. I don't really like that, right? So in a friendship, or just even in a relationship, if you're still in that like stage and there's something about them that you're like, okay, that's not my vibe, you walk away, because again, like is conditional. So if a person likes you, genuinely likes you, you know they like you because they're still around, or else they would leave. Once that love gets into it, and you fall into to love with somebody, and then somehow, some people fall in love really quick. You know what I'm saying? So, let's say you would have fell in love with somebody after 6 months, or even a year, because sometimes it takes a long time for people's true colors to show. So let's say you fall in love with somebody, and now that you're in love, you start to see little things and you're like, ooh, I don't like that. But you so deep in love, you can't get away from it. But you don't like them. One thing that's important for me, like any relationship that I've been in, I always think to myself, like, if I wasn't in a relationship with this person, would I want to hang around them? And for me, that's something that really lets me know if I really, need to be dealing with somebody. And if that answer is no, a lot of times I'm gone, because, infatuation is a heck of a thing, and you could really be so enthralled with the newness of a relationship, you ain't really gotten to know this person because you have those blinders on. So like, again, for me, in a ideally, you would be in a relationship with a partner who loves you and likes you. You get home, you can't wait to get home to your partner so you can tell them this or tell them that. I can't wait to call them and do all that stuff. But unfortunately, in a lot of relationships, it doesn't work that way. Once somebody loves you, or once you fall in love, it's unconditional. So no matter how a person treats you, or no matter how much you start to dislike that person, you stick around, but you really don't like them. And because you don't like them, you start treating them bad. But you don't leave because you're in love. So it's like one of those cycles. So that's, for me, like I said, I think that...
I can see what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
Love is important, but you're just saying, like, the liking part, I guess it's like one of those...
I think it's more important.
...things that you got to keep, putting into a relationship.
Just think about with, like, friends you've had, or... like just other romantic relationships, or just romantic relationships. They don't have to be other besides me. But if you think about people in your life that you've liked, like, man, I really like her, or, he real cool, I don't know how y'all guys say it, as a woman, if I like a female, I like her, she cool. I don't know how y'all do that, but just think back to those times, and then think to times that you've been in love with somebody, and do you feel like you've been hurt more by the people you loved, or the people that, or not that you love, but like you've been hurt more by the people that you like, or the people that you love? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the people that you love, because again, if a person loves you and don't like you, they're going to treat you a certain way. So, and I'm not the best at explaining things, because a lot of times my mind is going a million miles a minute and my thoughts are going faster than my mouth. But
that's making more sense. I see what you're saying. But.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So again, I feel like to be liked by the people in your life. I'm not saying that you need to care if people like you, because at the end of the day, I don't give a flip who likes me. But for the people I care about, I would really, really, to me, it's really important that those people like me. Yeah, that's more important to me.
All right, that's a good take. All right, thank you. Welcome back. You got a good little break.
I did.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna end this week by giving my answer to this question. So, when I was young, I grew up in the church. And in the United States, what that means is every Sunday you was in the church. You know, my mom was a very religious woman, so she always made us go to church. You know, my dad, you know, he didn't go every Sunday, but he definitely was a spiritual man. He believed in it. So I was deep into the church in that way of living. You know, so I learned a lot through the Bible. So the Bible to me was kind of like my blueprint to live life, you know, in a good way. And some of my favorite books in the Bible was Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. I love those books because they were the books that most related to real life. They kind of, you can read those and you'll be like, oh, there's a lot of wisdom here. And you can kind of see how that correlates to life. So the Bible definitely had a lot of stuff in it that was helpful. But there was a lot of stuff too that I learned that I had to think about later on in life. So that's what leads me to my answer. So the thing that I used to strongly believe that I do not believe anymore is, so the Bible saying, I think Proverbs 27:2, it said, let another man live to praise you, not yourself. And I'll put it on the screen, the specific verse. But basically it was telling you to, you know, let another person praise you, not yourself. And it made a lot of sense because you don't want to be this cocky, arrogant person walking around life just praising yourself. That looks foolish, right? So I get and I understand the humble way and the humble approach as it relates to that verse. But here's the thing: when you live it, when you get old and you start to realize life, I just don't feel like, I think you'll be waiting forever to wait on somebody else to praise you. You got to be a self-motivator in this life. You got to have some qualities within yourself to boost your mood up when you're not getting no praise, when you're not getting that energy sent your way. It was years ago. I used to always say, when I was real active on Instagram, I used to say, give props. Trust me, it's healthy. I used to say that so many times, even when I was on Facebook, give props. Trust me, it's healthy. You think people naturally give props? People don't give props. People don't just say, congratulate you and just, you know, you have a cheerleader behind you. You don't hear that often. At least I don't. You know, so as I aged, I started to realize, man, I'll be waiting all day waiting on somebody to praise me. I got to learn how to motivate myself. So I feel like, yes, it's some validity in that verse because you don't want to be that arrogant, cocky person. But at the same time, you got to understand, waiting on somebody else to praise you and give you your due respect or whatever, you'll be waiting for a while. So you got to learn how to motivate yourself and encourage yourself, even at times of adversity or whatever. So that's the thing that I feel like I used to believe in totally. I wouldn't even say anything about what I'm doing or anything. But now, no, I had to encourage myself. I had to speak out the things that I'm doing. And if it rubs somebody wrong, make them feel insecure, that's on them. You know, but I used to protect that because of that scripture and the way I was raised up. I felt like, okay, you can't do that. But no, I do not believe that, because if that was the case, you'll be waiting forever for somebody to give you your praises and your flowers. And they wouldn't make that expression, you know, give the people the flowers while they still smell them. Because it is so tough for most people to just give encouraging words. Man, I like what you're doing. You know, say, keep up the good work. This, that. People don't do those things. I found that on social media, I used to go hard. That's why I just stopped doing it, because I was doing things and I wasn't getting no energy back. You be on Instagram posting stuff, people ain't thinking about you like that, man. So you gotta be smart and realize what's going on out here. So that'll be mine. I'm interested to see and hear other people's perspective on the things that they once strongly believed that they don't believe anymore. So let me know what y'all think. Till next week, I'm out.
Questionnaires, the game of a million questions. Nothing's off limits here. We'll cover everything from what's the best food ever to do you believe in aliens? Each week the host will throw out questions, give their take, and we would love for our viewers to drop yours in the comments.